Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a huge book haul. I've accumulated so many books in the past like 2 months probably, and I just wanted to share them all with you guys. I am so excited to read all of these. Most of them are like books that people have talked about on YouTube or TikTok, besides maybe a few of them. But yeah, I'm still trying to catch up, trying to get in the loop of everything. I'm a pretty slow reader, I feel like, so it takes me a little bit to catch up, especially only starting reading about a year ago. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the book haul and show you guys all the books that I'm super excited to read. So starting off strong, I have the first 3 books in the Chestnut Spring series. I'm pretty sure this follows a family, a bunch of different brothers, maybe like cousins, friends. I'm not exactly sure the dynamic of everyone. This is the first one. This is called Flawless. Also, these are the new covers. They had old covers, but I like these covers a lot more than the last one, so I'm very glad that I waited to buy these until these new covers came out. This follows the story of Rhett and Summer. He is a professional bull rider, and I'm pretty sure he just got into like a public fight. Summer is kind of hired as like a babysitter to keep watch over him and supervise, make sure he's not doing anything bad again, nothing to make his public eye look bad or his rep look bad. I think that's how like this relationship starts. The second one in the series is called Heartless. This is about the story of Cade and Willa. Pretty sure this is an age gap trope, so I'm not too sure how I will feel about that. But yeah, that is that one. This is Powerless. This tells the story of Jasper and Sloane. He is a hockey boy, so this sounds like it might be a hockey romance, hence the skates on the front. I did not even notice that, but it sounds like she's kind of had her eye on him for a very long time. That is the third book. I only have the first 3 because Barnes & Nobles is slowly coming out with the new covers. I think they're releasing them, like they have their own release date, so this is the third one, and I just found this month, so I'm sure the last 2 will be coming out very soon. The next book that we have is Local Woman Missing. This is a mystery thriller book. I bought this around Halloween and I still have yet to read it, but I do love a good mystery thriller. I just finished The Silent Patient, and that book was so good, so I know like everyone talks about it, but I do highly recommend that. I thought it was a very good book. I was not expecting anything that happened. So many plot twists. This is about a woman named Shelby. She goes missing, and then Meredith and her daughter Delilah end up missing the same place that Shelby was last seen, and then 11 years later Delilah, the little girl, ends up showing up, and then the case has been opened back up. That is what this book is about. Like I said, love a good mystery thriller. They're always so quick to read too. Just makes for a good like palette cleanser. The next book we have is The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. This tells a story about a girl named Clementine. She has just recently moved into her aunt's old apartment, and her aunt has always said the apartment is like a pinch in time, a place where moments blend like watercolors. She ends up finding a man standing in the kitchen when she moves in, and then she realizes that he is from 7 years past. So her apartment is kind of like a time capsule or a time machine. There's days where it's like 7 years in the past and then 7 years in the present. I'm pretty sure this is a love story. I've been hearing a lot of good things about this book. Next we have The Love Wager by Lynn Painter. I actually found this in Barnes & Nobles the other day, and I usually cannot find Lynn Painter in Barnes & Nobles. Yeah, I was just very surprised to see this because I've never seen this at Barnes & Nobles. I have been to that Barnes like probably 20 times or more, and I've never seen this book here, so I ended up getting it. I had a $5 coupon, and then this was also $3 off, so I only paid like $9.75 for this. This is about Hallie. She meets a guy named Jack off of a dating app who I believe she has already known from before. They make a wager to see who can find true love first, but when they agree to be fake dates for a weekend wedding, all bets are off. Definitely gonna be some kind of romance going on here. Next up we have What Happens After Midnight. This is by K.L. Walther. This is the author to The Summer of Broken Rules. I never ended up reading that book. I don't know why, I just never ended up picking that up. Maybe I will eventually. From reading the back, it's going to be based in high school. I think there's some kind of prank going on. The back is a little bit confusing just from glancing at it, but I love the color of that book. Wow, I just read the back of this book. This is A Thousand Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. Also, this book is huge, by the way. Reading the back literally just broke my heart. When 17-year-old Rune returns from his native Norway to the sleepy town of Blossom Grove, Georgia, where he befriended Poppy as a child, He has just one thing on his mind. Why did the girl who was one half of his soul, who promised to wait faithfully for his return, cut him off without a word of explanation? Ruin's heart was broken 2 years ago when Poppy fell silent. But when he discovers the truth of her absence, he finds that the greatest heartache is yet to come. This book sounds so sad. I have heard very, very sad things about this, that it basically makes you bawl your eyes out, but I've never read the back, and that actually just like did it for me, that this is probably going to be extremely sad. Next we have the long-awaited Acatar series. I have the first 2 books here. So we have A Court of Thorns and Roses, and then also A Court of Mist and Fury, and this series is by Sarah J Maas. I'm pretty sure there are 5 books, maybe 6 books in this series. Like I said, I only have the first 2 because I want to make sure that I actually like the series before I go out and buy all of the books, and I'm sure these are probably going to take me quite a while to read anyways. I honestly don't know a ton about the series. I know that it's obviously a fantasy. There's a girl named Farah in it. That's pretty much all that I know. I don't want to read the back because I don't want to have, like, I kind of want to go into it not really knowing what's going to happen, not really expecting anything. I'm sure you guys have heard a ton about this series. Everyone and their mother has read it. If you're into fantasy, these are definitely on my TBR. Probably start of next year. I don't think I'll get to it by this year, but maybe, we never know. Next we have a Colleen Hoover book. This is called Too Late. I honestly did not start seeing this book until very, very recently. My old roommate that I used to live with when I went to school told me that I really need to read this book, so I ended up buying it. I think it's another like mystery thriller book. I have really only read romance books by her. I did read Layla, and that one was like one of my all-time favorite books. I honestly want to reread it because I did rate it 5 stars, but I'm curious to see if I still think that it is 5 stars because I have read more books, and I usually am pretty picky with what I rate books. I don't give many 5 stars at all. I think I have like 5, honestly, and I've been reading for 1.5 years now. I don't really understand the back, so I'm not going to try to explain it, but it sounds pretty good. I trust my friend that it's going to be a good book. Next we have The Problem with Forever. This is by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This book is so colorful, so pretty. I love the cover of this. I think this is a YA book. I'm not 100% sure on that. It's about a girl named Mallory. She has been homeschooled for most of her life, and she ends up going back to school her senior year, and she sees one of her very old childhood friends named Ryder. She realizes that the connection that she shared with Ryder never really faded. It sounds like Ryder's life is kind of spiraling out of control. She has to make the choice between staying silent and speaking out for the people that she loves. I'm really excited to get to this book. I have heard some people talk about it. It looks like it's also a super quick book. It is 400 pages, but the words are pretty large on it. We have Heartbreak House Share here. This is by Emily Merrill. I have only ever heard Rachel Catherine talk about this book. I have not seen it anywhere. I've not heard anyone else talk about it. I don't think it's sold in bookstores, which might be why not many people have talked about it. I did get it from Amazon. Rachel made it sound like a super good book. Basically, it's about this girl named Flick, and she has recently been dumped by her boyfriend for basically no reason, and she ends up having to find her own place, and she moves in with 3 other girls. They write a 20s list, a checklist for reclaiming her life post-breakup. I don't know, I just thought that this sounded super interesting, and it would be a very quick read. I think it's like 250 pages. Next up we have Powerless. This is by Lauren Roberts. This is a fantasy romance, and I just tried reading the back and I did not understand a single word of it, so it sounds like it's about very political. I think you can pause on that if you want to read it, but that's where we're at right now. I have heard very good things about this book. I believe it was just released in the US. I did get it from Amazon because I could not find it in store, which makes sense now because it was not in the US. I think it's a UK book. I've heard Rachel Catherine talk about this. I've also heard her friend Sophie. I just started watching her YouTube channel, and she gave this book like 6 out of 5 stars, and when she said that, I literally added it to my cart and purchased it right away. I was like, okay, I have to read this book. I'm definitely going to be reading this very soon. If not the next book, it will be one of the next few books that I read. Definitely by the end of the year though. Oh, okay guys, we have the last 2 books of the haul. I'm so excited to be reading these. These are definitely next on my list. I still have yet to finish Iron Flame, and these will be the next books that I read. These are the last 2 books in the Magnolia Park series. We have Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home, and then also Daisy Hates the Great Undoing. These are both by Jessa Hastings. The first 2 books are just Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates. I read those about a month ago, and I absolutely loved them. I wouldn't say they're my favorite romance books, but I did really enjoy them. A lot of people say they're like Gossip Girl, which I 100% agree with. It's very much like all over the place. You never really know what's gonna happen next, like relationship wise, I guess. Very dramatic, but it's just a good read. Like obviously I don't take any advice from any of those books. I just read it lightheartedly. Okay, that's not true. The last book, Daisy Hates, actually like broke my heart, and I was very into that book, but you guys know what I mean. Like I don't take it seriously. We live for the drama over here. But I'm very excited to read both of these. I'm so glad I was able to find them at Barnes. Alright guys, that is going to be all for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed my haul. Comment down below any recent books that you've bought that you're super excited to read, or also just any book recommendations, book videos that you want me to do. I would be happy to go through your comments and kind of see what you guys are thinking. I am so excited to continue posting more book videos. I hope that you guys are enjoying them. That is all for today's video. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.